Hi, my name is Chelsea Cat. Welcome to my gaming channel, where I express my love for gaming. Now, for my very first video, I want to dedicate to Arknights, which is a free mobile game available on the iOS and on Android. It is a tower defense game. It is also a gacha game. Now, the reason why I make this as my first video is because I want this is a mobile game which is easily for me to screen record. At the same time, this is also a game that I spent the most time on, 6 years in total, where I played on launch 6 years ago. At first it looks like a very simple tower defense game, but eventually I slowly grow to love it because I could tell that there's a lot of efforts and love that the developers have put into this game. They have a certain style that I really like, and I there's so much to talk about. And you go to the community, eventually you'll have a lot of people, they can tell you why they love the games, love Arknights. But this is my very first video. I'm not going to get bogged down into all the details. Instead, I'm just going to show you the gameplay first, and then we'll slowly start from there. Now let's just go to the main story. This is chapter 0. There's a few stages that I eventually will be playing and showing everything slowly bit by bit. So for now, let's just focus on stage 1. Here's the map. This is a tower defense game. You have the blue base on the left, that's an enemy base on the right. Your objective is to make sure that the enemies from the red base do not get into your blue base. So this path is fairly linear. So let's just get to the practice. So these are the team composition. You can bring a total of 12. I'm just gonna bring all the 2 stars that everyone will have for free. I have maxed out the levels, so let's just get started. Now, this is before I get into gameplay, let's just pause and just talk about the UI. Now, I just paused the game. Pausing the game is an essential mechanic that you'll be using, or I'll be using a lot, as the stage does get much harder in the future. For now, when you pause the game, nothing moves. It gives me the time to think and allows me to, to decide to just take a look and think before I act. There is the speed button where I can speed up the gameplay. There's the counters in the middle. There is a total of 11 enemies and there is 20 health points. So what that means is that it is impossible for me to lose. There's a settings icon on the top left. You click on that, you quit the stage. I have brought my units, and there's a deployment point on the bottom right, C10. That's the deployment point. You gain 1 point per second, and you have to spend your points. Like let's say Yato costs 5 deployment points. I have 10, so that is how you use the points. You can see unit limit 8. What that means is that I can only spawn 8 units at once in this stage. This is the gameplay. Now, when I click on Rangers, you can see that the tiles are highlighted in green, Yato as well. Now, Yato is a melee unit, Rangers is a range unit, so the range unit belongs on the upper ground, melee units belong on the lower ground. Durin, upper, Noah, lower, 12F, upper. So when I put Yato down, I can put anywhere in the green tiles, and I can have a face left, up, down, and right. If I don't like it, cancel. Perfect. So you can now see that this is the path that the enemy is going to take from the red box to the blue box, and with the information that you have, stop that enemy. This is essentially the game. So I'm just going to deploy Yato, and it's going to put here, face right, and block. There you go. Now, there is a lot of strategy in this game. The reason why is because there's so many enemy types, and there's a lot of operator types that you eventually will have. I believe it has gone up to maybe possibly more than 200 to 300 units in this game. So the strategies are endless. What that means is that you get to create your own solution to every problem. That is the beauty in this game, in these like tower defense games. Now I'm going to speed up the gameplay. And just like that, mission accomplished. So I just got 3 stars in the mission results. What that means is that I have successfully blocked every single enemy from getting into the blue base. So do your best to get 3 stars, because the next stage does get harder. And that is this first stage. There's a lot to talk about in this game, but like I said, I'm going to end the video here, and eventually I'll talk about the team composition, your unit types. Seriously, there's a lot to talk about in this game. So for now, I'm just going to stop here. I'm going to keep the video relatively short, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.